Hi, it's Fanchin, and we're so glad you're listening to these bonus episodes live from the Essence Film Festival. We want to let you know that we fully support the WGA and the SAG strikes, and that we recorded this interview with Miss Isis King during the Essence Film Festival, so that was before the strikes happened. We checked in with her reps and confirmed that it was okay to still play this episode, so we're so glad to have her. We're honored, we're privileged, so please enjoy Miss Isis King.
I am here with actress and model Isis King. You can find her on season 1 and 2 of With Love on Amazon. That was created by Gloria Calderon-Kellett. And yeah, season 2 recently just started, a month ago? Not too long ago?
Yeah, June 2nd, season 2
June 2nd,
came out.
so catch it. Catch it on Amazon. Is an amazing show. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it and the role you play?
Yeah, so I play Sol Perez. They are a non-binary oncologist.
Okay.
With Love is about a family who are multi-generational. Everyone have different things going on, different careers. The show is based on love, right? Gloria created this show during the pandemic because there was a open market for love and happiness that needed to be filled. So you watch the show and you automatically feel warm. You'll feel connected to someone in the family. It's a very diverse show. It's based on or focuses on a Latin family. There's amazing Asian representation, Black representation, gay, bi, trans, it's a mixing pot, and that is what America looks like. And we deserve to see a show with happiness and love where we have all of that in there together, and, all of these beautiful people are the focal point.
Absolutely. Tell me more about your journey as an actress and what gravitated you towards this role and what you love most about it.
That's a good question. So I first got my start pretty much on America's Next Top Model,
Right.
15, 16 years ago.
Yep.
And after that, I realized I really wanted to act, but there were not roles out there, right. For trans characters really back in 2007, 2008. Mm-hmm. So over time, as these roles started to happen, I knew that was my calling and I really wanted to do it. So I just took those little parts until they started to become bigger. And in 2018, I filmed When They See Us with Ava DuVernay, and that was really, I think, for me, a big moment, and also a moment where people got to see that I can do more than just model.
Correct. Yeah.
But also, before that, there were still not really that many roles for trans people, right? The show was as fully realized characters that deserve to be loved and happy, or even stress and anger and family. They weren't that complex, really, and when you did find a character like that, it was so far and few in between. So when I saw With Love, what really brought me to this character is that Sol was so much like me. Sol is the heart of the family. They have a career as an oncologist. They find love in season 1, and they have a strong relationship with their family and with their friends. And for trans people, we just never see roles like that to have all of those things. So for me, when I saw a character that's like me, usually that's something you want to run away from to play something else. But for a trans character, I never seen it, and it's rare to see a character where you can say, oh, wow, this character is like me, because usually we're filled with so many stereotypes, or we're the butt of the joke. Yeah, and Sol is not that. So when I got this role, I was just so happy to play a warm, loving character, because that's what the trans community also deserve to see.
That's great. I love With Love. I love that it just encompasses so many the generational family, basically. I feel like there's something about coming from a collective family and big families. I come from a big family, so seeing that on screen really warms my heart, because there's so many dynamics, as you just mentioned, and everyone is different, but you love everyone, and so great work on that.
Thank you.
But I wanted to say, as you do more acting, what are more roles you hope to play? What do you want to see yourself? Do you see more rom-coms, action? Where do you want to go?
So my favorite genres are action and rom-com.
Okay.
And when I say action, I also mean fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do something like the Woman King or Charlie's Angels, where, you know, you have a few months of training, you know, and I just want to be in that gym crying to my manager, like, they're working me out so hard. That's
But I
my
got a
dream.
six-pack.
But you know, I'm
Right?
kicking butt, and I can, like, kick up here, and
Right.
I always, seeing girls kick butt is always, like, that's my favorite genre, girls kicking butt.
hear
Also
that.
powers, you know, like, I'm a big comic book fan, so I love, like, superhero stuff. So any of that, but then also, yeah, more rom-coms, because I feel like, especially in the Black community, you know, Black trans women have the highest murder rate, and usually it's at the hands of Black men. And unfortunately, if you see something like that happen, it always goes to, oh, she tricked him. And trans women, I'm not saying maybe that's the case sometimes, but for majority of the time, we're out and living our lives out loud now, and it's hard for people to believe that Black trans women can be loved,
Right.
and that's the furthest thing from the truth. So I think that sometimes when you see, if you don't know someone in real life, you know, seeing someone on TV acting out a part might be the closest thing you see to representation. So why not have representation of a Black trans woman being loved out
Right,
loud?
right.
Because that can also help teach people that we deserve to be loved and
Absolutely.
not stereotyped and not harmed. And it sounds far-fetched, but it's not, you know?
Right.
So I would love to see more of that, where I'm just kind of, or we're just kind of integrated, just like Soul is on With Love.
Right,
And
right.
that's why that role is so important to me. I would love to see something, especially for our community, the Black community,
Correct.
where, you know, I do get to just be in love, and maybe you follow that story and you see that I don't have to trick anyone in order to be loved, and
Right.
hopefully that can go out there to the world and, you know,
Absolutely.
help us out some.
Well, I think you're doing that right now, so thank you. Yeah. So I know you're tight on time, so we are going to get into 2 quick questions. I'm going to read it because I don't want to mess it up. As we honor and celebrate so many of our Black icons this weekend, we are reminded of the importance of legacy and the people we come from. Can you tell us about an early memory you have of learning about Black history that made you feel more confident, or that more was possible for you?
Yeah, I would say seeing Octavia St. Laurent in Paris is Burning. The documentary in itself is mind-blowing.
Wow,
It was an aha moment for me. I was in college. I was in the middle of an abusive relationship. And I already knew who I was. I just wasn't out with it. But seeing Octavia St. Laurent in Paris is Burning, I was like, that's my direction. That's how I'm going to get to where I want to be.
Right.
And after that, I end up getting into the ballroom scene and transition in the ballroom scene. But seeing her live unapologetically out loud as a beautiful Black trans woman who was just so confident and knew what she wanted, went after it, and didn't regret anything.
Right.
I was like, wow, that's who I want to be like, and that was so inspiring to me. And just in general, I feel like a lot of times we tend to overlook the queer community in Black history, and I think Paris is Burning is a great example of queer Black history that more people need to see, whether you're in the community or not, because it's a part of it.
Absolutely. Okay, we have one final question for you, because this would not be Sista Brunch unless we ask this question. You are sitting down to a Sista Brunch with your younger self. What are you both eating? Yep.
What
What
are
are
we
you drinking?
and what would I
kiki
tell my
about?
younger
Yes.
self?
What would you tell us?
So what I've
Yes.
eaten is definitely stuffed French toast with some scrambled eggs, and cheese, home fries, and some
Right.
bacon on the side.
Okay.
And a glass of orange juice for sure. What would I tell my younger self? I always say this journey in life and transition and everything, this journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Enjoy it more and take your time as you go. You know, sometimes we think we want to be here, we want to get there, and you don't enjoy the in-between. And I've been a victim of not enjoying the in-between.
Right.
Focusing on where I want to go. So I would tell my younger self, enjoy the ride along the way. You're going to get there, but it's not one stop along the way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Isis King, actress and model. Watch With Love Season 2 on Amazon. I am Farida Abdul-Wahab. I am your host. SistaBrunch.com, @Sista Brunch Podcast on Instagram. And thank you so much all for your time. Thank you.